It's Peter Higney from the Marlborough Road Carriers Association, also a truck company owner himself. We approached Earthquake Recovery Minister Jerry Brownlee for comment, as he has every single time we've asked him on Checkpoint over the past 13 months. He was unavailable. His office referred us to the Transport Minister, Simon Bridges. Simon Bridges' office told us this was a matter for the New Zealand Transport Agency. Steve Mutton is the NZTA's Earthquake Recovery Manager. Now, he utterly disputes the hours both Derek Milton and Peter Higney say are being worked. He says contractors are on site from 6:30 a.m. So, how's progress? When will State Highway 1 between Christchurch and Picton be open?
So the route is, we're working really hard at the moment, and we've got a huge amount of effort putting in to make sure that we get that route open by Christmas. We know how it is important it is for the local communities and for the people of South Island to get their route up. It's key for their businesses, so we're working really hard to get that done by Christmas.
Can I just come in there? What does really hard mean? Because we've been speaking to people who say it doesn't look like really hard. For example, are you working 7 days a week?
Our crews are currently working 6 days a week. They've been working really hard since, the 14th of November when the earthquake was struck. Prior to Christmas, our whole effort was to get the routes open into Kaikoura, and it was really good to get those routes open before Christmas. It brought a real boost to the community. I think one of the important things we have to remember is, these slips are really unstable still, John, and that every morning we have to put helicopters up. We have to go and look at the slopes to make sure that nothing's happened overnight. We all know that there's still earthquakes happening in the area, so those slips remain unstable. So we put helicopter crews up in the morning. They assess the slips to make sure it's safe that we can put our people below those slips. And once they've got the all clear, then they move onto site and start their work. So look, some jobs differ, John, so you can imagine that it depends on the type of work that's happening, where the crews are stationed, and what time they start and what time they finish. It also depends about what we find. We're working in a coastal environment where we come across things. We have to tread lightly in the environment. It's culturally sensitive there. So from time to time, we do stop work to make sure that we assess what we're doing is the right thing, to make sure that the guys remain safe, the guys and girls that are working on our crews, that they remain safe. So from time to time they do stop work to make sure that we're doing the right thing and we're keeping them safe as they move forward.
Have you considered doing a seventh day? Have you considered, given that this is State Highway 1, the main road in New Zealand, and that this is the main link between Christchurch and Picton where the Cook Strait ferries come and go, given that the way around adds considerable travelling time and Ks to this trip, have you considered working a seventh day?
So I think what's important, we're actually, the crews are actually working a 7-day cycle, but our guys are working only 6 days a week.
Yeah, but wait a minute, that's because you have a finite number. I mean, you could increase your workforce and you could keep doing those hours and add more people to it on the 7th day, couldn't you? I don't understand why you're having Sundays off on State Highway 1.
So it's really important that we keep our guys fresh, John. This project's going to take us to the end of next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't you get more guys? Can't you rest the guys you've got and get more guys?
So it's a complete infrastructure as well, John, that you have to understand. We've got the helicopter pilots, we've got the helicopters, we've got abseilers, we've got people who are using machinery for diggers, we've got people who are building construction walls. So, it's a whole team environment, and the way that we've done our methodology is that we are working as fast as we can in the environment that we're in, which is highly sensitive. We've got to make sure we're doing the right thing. And we've got to
absolutely,
make sure that
all of that is true. Does it become more sensitive on Sundays? I guess that's the question. In other words, if you're taking 1 day in 7 off, doesn't that increase the length of time this project takes by the same percentage?
It depends on the work that's been undertaken. So we actually had crews working on Christmas Day because it was so important that we get that route open to Kaikoura, and it was so important that we open it up to get the tourists in and get the community working again, or the connection back to State Highway 7 and also through to Christchurch. So, our crews are very committed, and we're committed to getting that route open as quickly as we can.
Steve Mutton, who was NZTA's Earthquake Recovery Manager, we are fascinated by the fact that State Highway 1 is being repaired, and absolutely on the record, it is a highly complicated situation with rocks above the road that has to be repaired, but they are working a 6-day week there.